Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Noah from Broke Boy Comics, and I am here with my first ever comic haul video. I got a pretty decently big pile here to show off to you guys, so I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit quick, talk about each individual key maybe a little bit, but I got a decently big pile here. I'll show you guys. Yeah, it's quite a bit of books. I actually got this haul from ThreeSixty Comics through one of his claim sales. Shout out to him. I get decent amount of my books from him, and he's a good seller and a good person overall. I actually got to meet him not too long ago at the Three Men in the Basement comic swap. So that was great meeting him as well as everyone else that was there. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna get started here, show off some books, and enjoy. All right, guys, let's get started here. You actually see a nice little shot of my background there, the books that some people have not seen. So there you go, a little sneak peek. And I don't have a stand to hold my books, so we're going to be using a nice little Funko Pop Red Hood here, one of my favorite characters. Got this guy at the comic swap. Some people on Instagram saw him. Shout out to Planet Mayhem. I grabbed that from him in a nice little trade. But anyways, let's get started here. Here we have Superman number 218 from 1969. This is written by Jerry Siegel, and the cover is by Kurt Swan. Starting off here with just two Silver Age that I got here. There's only really older books that I got in the haul. But I saw this pop up on the claim sale. I thought the cover was pretty cool. Obviously, Superman's kind of secret family there. I thought it was a pretty interesting book, so went ahead and grabbed that. I think it was only about $5, so I mean, how could I say no? So, all right. Next we have here my second and last Silver Age of the haul. This is Batman number 173. This is from 1969. Sorry, 1965. And a beautiful cover here by Carmine Infantino. I do really like this artist. I think his art is pretty great. I love him with his Flash covers. Absolutely loving his art. Saw this, had to grab it. Love my Batman. Definitely one of my favorite characters. And a decent amount of this haul is Batman. So he is, again, one of my favorite characters. So I generally pick up a lot of him. Every once in a while I'll try to take a break, but anyways, absolutely fantastic covers. Silver Age, trying to build my Silver Age Batman collection. So there we have it. Nice little book there. Not the greatest shape, but you know what? If I ever find another copy, I will more than happy upgrade. Next we have Batgirl number 35, diving into the New 52 era. This is actually the debut of her new costume, and I actually really like this costume with the yellow and everything. Awesome book. I saw this, attracted me right away, of course. Had to grab it. I don't have many Batgirl books, so this was definitely a cool book to grab. So, yeah, got that one there. All right, next up is one story I have not read yet, but everyone gasses this up. This is, pun intended, this is Gotham by Gaslight from 1989. This is a Victorian era Batman story where he hunts down Jack the Ripper. I am super excited to read this book. Everyone talks about it and how it's, one of the best Elseworld stories for Batman. So definitely a cool book. Can't wait to crack it open. Happy to grab that in the collection. Next, I believe this is an upgrade in my collection. This is Batman Annual number 14. Awesome cover by Neil Adams. Absolutely love this cover. This is actually the origin of Two-Face as well. So, I mean, how can you say no to Neil Adams? I mean, he is absolutely one of my favorite artists, definitely, as I've been comic collecting. So, had to upgrade this book. I think the one I have now has a decent amount of spine ticks on the side, but this is a beautiful copy, so happy to upgrade that book. Next up here, another annual, except this is Detective Comics, annual number 2. I thought it was interesting that the annuals start very later on than however long Detective Comics has been around, you know, since the mid 40s. So, and this is obviously a very interesting cover with the infamous KKK. Batman is fighting them. So this is, you know, beautiful cover by Brian Boland, and again, another one of those artists that I've really been liking as I've been comic collecting. I have a decent amount of covers by him, and this is one I did not have, so super happy to grab that into the collection. All right, diving out of the annuals and into one lone Batman Legends of the Dark Knight book. This is number 16, and it is the first intro to the Venom drug, which is what the villain Bane uses to pump himself up and, you know, increase his strength. And it is a prelude to the Nightfall storyline, which I actually just finished reading not too long ago, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I only read the first, I guess, third of the overall story. You know, you have Nightfall, Night's Quest, and then Night's End. So I read the first part of that story in an omnibus format. Absolutely loved it, so I thought this was a must-grab book for my collection. So yeah, awesome to grab that. And you might be able to see in the background there, I actually do have the first appearance of Bane in a 9.8. Got that at the comic swap. You know, that is definitely one of my best books in my collection right now, and I'm super glad to have that. Here we have another upgrade to the collection. This is Batman number 442. And this one is the first appearance of Tim Drake in the classic Robin costume. Writer was Marv Wolfman, and a beautiful George Perez cover. Again, another one of those artists I have been falling in love with. I love his work in Teen Titans, which is another series I collect. So, you know, I had to, I saw this in really nice grade on ThreeSixty Comics claim sale. Definitely wanted to upgrade that. So there you go. Awesome book. Next up, another upgrade. I think the next one as well after this is also an upgrade, but this is Batman 451. This is not a key, however, what a fantastic cover. This is definitely one of the ones that stick out to me the most in the range of the 400s for Batman, which is the run I'm trying to collect right now. When I initially got a big Batman haul one time, I noticed that I had the most issues within the 400s. So I started off, you know, trying to collect all those, and basically going from there, I'm probably going to go to the 300s next. So happy to grab this fantastic cover. Next up, we have Batman 457. This one is the debut of the new Tim Drake Robin costume. As you can see there, he's kind of shadowed out in the window. Awesome Scarecrow cover, too, with the spiders crawling all over Batman. I absolutely hate spiders, but I love this book. Definitely an awesome one in the collection. And my other one, again, needed an upgrade. So there we go. Awesome to add that. All right, diving into later books. We're going into the new 52 now. This is Batman number 3. Obviously, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo run on Batman. One of the, you know, best runs on Batman, I think collectively the comic community can say is, you know, one of the best. And this guy here is the first cameo of the Court of Owls and the first appearance of Luca Volk and the Whisper Gang. I actually have not fully read this run yet. However, I am working my way through it. So, you know, this was an awesome grab into the collection and a beautiful cover. I mean, Greg Capullo does some really good work on these Batman issues. So happy to add that. Next one up, kind of going in order here. Batman number 5 from the new 52. And this one here is not a key, but, you know, awesome Talon cover. Again, that Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo goodness. You know, happy to add this in the collection. I didn't have this book yet, so there you go. Next up here, Batman number 7. This one is a key. This is the first full appearance of Harper Row, who later becomes Bluebird. I don't know much about Bluebird. I think she is a part of the Bat family. So I might have to crack this open and read it, see what Harper Row is all about. Another one I did not have in the collection, so very happy to grab that. And still going strong with the new 52, we have Batman number 12. I actually really dig this cover with the lightning on the front. I'm a big Flash fan, so anything with lightning is very attractive to me, especially how it looks in comic books. And this guy here is the first appearance of Cullen Rowe and the origin of Bluebird. I'm assuming Cullen Rowe must be a sibling of some sorts to Harper. So again, you know, I definitely need to read this. I'm hoping to get the omnibus pretty soon so I can crack it all open in one. You can see me in that black cover there. What's up, guys? Again, another book I didn't have. Happy to add that. All right, last one in the Batman New 52 run that I did not have. This is issue number 28. This one here is the first appearance of Harper Row as Bluebird. So, you know, getting those Harper Row keys in my collection. Again, did not have this. Very happy to add it. Definitely looking to grab that full run. And with Batman being my favorite character of all, I mean, you know, how can I not collect everything Batman, you know? Next up here, going into post New 52 era, and a nice variant cover. This is Batman number 92. And this one here is a exclusive cover by Artgerm, and featuring Punchline. Punchline is one of those characters that got a lot of hype, and you know, there's a good following behind her, good fan base. I absolutely love this cover. I don't normally like Artgerm covers. It's a hit or miss for me, definitely. But this one really stood out, and I think this was, you know, only $5, so definitely wanted to grab that. You know, love clowns. Well, Batman clowns. Oh, next up here, beautiful, beautiful Catwoman cover. Batman number 96. I'm gonna fix the lighting there. All right. And there you go. Covered by Francesca Mattina. You know, Catwoman's one of my favorite characters. You know, love interest of Batman. You know, they've been on and off over the years many, many times. And I've actually been collecting a lot of Catwoman variant covers recently. I think she has a lot of good ones. And I know, you know, a decent group of guys out there who collect specifically DC and Marvel ladies of comic books. So this one definitely stood out to me. They've been kind of rubbing off on me. I've been liking those covers recently, as you saw from the previous one. But this was an awesome cover. I definitely wanted to grab this one. So happy to have been able to claim that. All right, and this is actually the last Batman book. You know, probably most of that pile was Batman, so grand finale here. Not too grand, but Batman number 100, and this is the first cameo of the character Ghostmaker. Ghostmaker definitely looks like an interesting character. I haven't read too much of this. You know, I've been trying to catch up with all my reading of comic books recently. You know, with me being a new collector, there is many, many, many years and history behind comic books, so definitely trying to catch up as much as I can. But there you go, Batman number 100. I actually have a variant cover of this, which was really cool, but I did not have the normal cover, so definitely wanted to grab this. Again, I think 360 was doing a lot of $5 books that night, so I think that was one of them. Very cool with all the Batman characters. All right, guys, next we're going to be going into some Marvel, and we actually started to grab this run from this claim sale. This is Spider-Man Unlimited number 1, and it is part 1 of the Maximum Carnage series. This is definitely a series I'm very interested in reading. I have the first appearance of Carnage definitely high on my list of the next bigger-ish keys I want to get. So this story was definitely something I want to read once I get all the issues, or I'm going to get the collected format, whichever one comes first. But this is actually also the first appearance of Shriek and the intro to the Ravencroft Institute for the Criminally Insane. Ooh, that's a mouthful. So definitely a very cool book. I love Carnage as a character, and Venom, you know, that's where he came from. He's, you know, one of the greatest Spider-Man villains out there, so this is definitely a book I wanted to grab. And going off the Maximum Carnage train, we have part 7 of 14. This is definitely a decently big story arc. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 379. And this one here, again, you know, one of the parts of the Maximum Carnage series. Very cool cover. I believe this is, yeah, this is Mark Bagley cover. Super cool with Deathlock and Demogoblin, Doppelganger, Venom, and Carnage. Very cool fighting cover. Usually I love fighting covers, definitely. And this was top of my list of the Maximum Carnage books I wanted to get. And Mark Bagley is definitely one of those artists I am paying more attention to. So very cool. Next one here, another great cover in the Maximum Carnage run. This is part 11. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 380. What can I say about this cover? I mean, you know, it's Carnage is, you know, puppet master of all these characters over here. And this, you know, this is what makes me want to read this story, is how interesting this looks and how cool Carnage is on this cover. And he's got a lot of those. And the next one here is pretty cool as well. So I am going to put that one up next. Super cool cover. And right here, part 13 of Maximum Carnage. This is the Spectacular Spider-Man number 203. Very up-close Carnage cover. Very menacing, I would say. I mean, Carnage looks menacing in pretty much everything he's in. But this was another one, you know, I started grabbing the Maximum Carnage run, and, you know, this was another one that was up there. I just grabbed it with the rest of them. So, you know, I have, you know, decent amount of books from this run. I think I have a few more tucked away in a box somewhere. So I'm getting close to being able to read that. So either that again, or I am going to grab the trade or omnibus, whichever I find first. And coming out of the Maximum Carnage, but staying with Spider-Man, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 392. And this is a very famous homage to Amazing Spider-Man number 50. And this is by Mark Bagley, you know, another one that that caught my eye. And, you know, this one definitely reminds me of that famous cover. But instead of Spider-Man No More, we have Peter Parker No More. So definitely a very cool cover. I am also kind of working on Amazing Spider-Man, not as much as I am Batman. But this was one of the characters that really got me into the superhero genre through the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans and so on and so forth. So, you know, Spider-Man is definitely one of those characters I'm super interested in, and I've definitely been grabbing a decent amount of his books. So, very cool. And last Spider-Man issue here, we're actually kind of going back a little bit, and this is a decent key. So right here, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 337, and this is the second full appearance, second full appearance of the Sinister Six, but it's the first appearance of the second team. So the last time the Sinister Six appeared was all the way back in Spider-Man Annual number 1. So a very big time gap between the two team appearances. But this one here, we have Mysterio, Doc Ock, Vulture, Sandman, Electro, and Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin's actually one of those characters I've been very interested in. I've been grabbing a decent amount of his books of him featured on the cover. So if you check out my Instagram, you do see, I think I might have posted 3 or 4 books with him on there. So definitely one of those characters I'm starting to love. And obviously all these great villains on here. Super excited to crack this open. Actually, I've been looking to grab this entire 6-issue run. So very, very cool. Happy to grab that into the collection. And now moving out, we only have 2 more books left, you guys. And staying with Marvel, actually, but going with another one of my favorite franchises of my entire life. We have Star Wars number 1, and this is from the 2015 when Marvel reacquired the Star Wars brand, I guess you would say. And this is a very awesome Loot Crate exclusive cover by Gabriel Del Otto, another artist I've been very much happy of picking covers of. And he's a fantastic modern artist. I know there is a big fan base behind him as well. And this cover was absolutely beautiful. Definitely wanted to grab this, and happy that no one else claimed it before me. So super happy to add this in the collection and in my Star Wars collection. I love this one. And last but not least, another franchise I absolutely adore. I love the TV show. You might be able to guess what it is based off of some of the things on the right of my bookcase here. But here we have Walking Dead number 11. Very early Walking Dead issue, and this is actually the death of Lacey and Arnold. I have not started to read this run yet. I actually have the entire run, but again, it's something I need to start catching up on is my reading. I definitely need to shell out some time to, read more of my comics. But it's a lot easier to grab a whole bunch and not enough time to read, I find. So, but The Walking Dead, I absolutely adore the show. I actually got my sister to start watching it recently, and she's loving it as well. And yeah, the comics is a must-have collection for me. So super happy to pick this up. Got this at a very nice price, and it's very good condition as well. Super early The Walking Dead issue. Very, very happy to add this in the collection, and I'm definitely working on grabbing that full run at some point in the future. Okay, guys, there you have it. My first ever comic book haul video on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments which book was your favorite, or what character's your favorite. Maybe not one necessarily I shown, but maybe something that you guys might be interested to seeing in the future. I possibly have it in my collection, so I can show it off to you guys. Shout out again to 360 Comics, and thank you again for hosting your lovely claim sales and being a fantastic person as well. I absolutely love joining the live chats and just, even just hanging out when I'm not buying books. So, thank you again. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. I want to try to get people to watch me. I'm not necessarily doing it for views, though. I'm doing it for the love of the hobby and to reach out to all of you and be able to share everything I'm grabbing and, hear from you guys, what you guys like and everything like that. So, yeah. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.